What if I told you that in 2025 you could still buy a move-in ready house in America for the price of a used luxury car? While everyone else is drowning in mortgage debt, paying $750,000 for a shoebox in Bosemania, there are entire towns where your dream of homeownership isn't dead. It's just hiding. Welcome to the places where the real estate market forgot to go insane. Today, we're counting down the 10 U.S. towns where home prices are so low you'll swear it's a scam. I'm your host, and we're about to dive into the data. Now, a warning, these aren't trendy suburbs or coastal retreats. These are real, often overlooked towns where your dollar stretches further than a politician's promise. We're talking about places with median home prices under $200,000, sometimes way under. But there's always a catch. We'll give you the brutal honesty behind the bargain. So grab a coffee and your sense of adventure. Let's begin. Kicking us off at number 10, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. This isn't just affordable, it's practically a fire sale. Population 18,000, so you'll know your neighbors whether you want to or not. Median home price $85,000. That's what a new SUV costs. Property tax around 1.8%. Not terrible, but on an $85K house, who's complaining? Unemployment 5.8%, sitting above the national average. The catch? Good jobs aren't exactly growing on trees here. Crime rate. Let's be blunt, it's high. Property crime is the main issue. You're buying a cheap house, not a fortress. School rating. The local schools score a 3 out of 10 on grade schools. Let's call it room for improvement. The verdict, Johnstown is for the remote worker who doesn't need a local job, loves historic architecture, and has a good security system. It's a steal, but know what you're stealing. At number 9, a city that will shock you. Buffalo, New York. Population 275,000, a real city, not just a town. Median home price $220,000. For a major New York City, that's insane. Property tax? The killer. A whopping 3.3%. That cheap house comes with a $7,000 a year forever bill. Unemployment? 4.2%. Surprisingly solid, thanks to a healthcare and education rebound. Crime rate? Mixed bag. Some neighborhoods are fantastic, others not so much. Do your homework. School rating? A mixed bag too, with some schools hitting 810 and others struggling. The verdict? Buffalo is the comeback kid. You get culture, food, and 4 distinct seasons, one of which is a 6-month-long winter that will test your soul. That low purchase price? You pay for it in taxes and snow shovels. Number 8 is the bargain big city, Memphis, Tennessee. Population 630,000. This is a major metro area. Median home price $175,000. Compare that to Nashville at $460K and try not to laugh. Property tax, a reasonable 1.6%. Tennessee has no state income tax, which is a huge win. Unemployment 3.9%. Jobs are there, especially in logistics and healthcare. Crime rate. This is the big but. Memphis has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country. You are trading safety for savings. School rating. The city district averages a 310. Suburban schools are better, but you'll pay more. The verdict. Memphis offers unbelievable value and world-class culture, but the crime stats are no joke. This is for the urbanite who is street smart and values experience over absolute security. At number 7, the king of Rust Belt affordability, Youngstown, Ohio. Population 60,000, a shadow of its former self. Median home price $70,000. I've seen parking spots sell for more. Property tax about 2.1%. Again, on this price, it's peanuts. Unemployment 5.5%. The economy is still on life support. Crime rate well above the U.S. average. Another town where economic struggle and crime go hand in hand. School rating: Youngstown City Schools are among the lowest rated in the state. The verdict: Youngstown is the ultimate "you get what you pay for" story. It's arguably the cheapest city in America. If you have a remote job and a strong sense of community, you can live like a king. If you need a local job and top-tier schools, look elsewhere. Coming in at number 6 is Shreveport, Louisiana. This is where Southern charm meets a reality check, and your budget stretches further than the Red River. Population 180,000. It's a proper city, not just a dot on the map. Median home price $195,000. For that price, you can find a historic craftsman with character that would cost $500,000 in Austin. Property tax, a low 0.5%. A massive perk thanks to Louisiana's homestead exemption. That's a fraction of what you'd pay up north. Unemployment, 4.8%. Slightly elevated, but opportunities exist in healthcare, gaming, and the oil and gas industry, which can be volatile. Crime rate. This is the big but. Shreveport's violent crime rate is more than double the national average. You have to be selective about neighborhoods. School rating. This is a major challenge. Caddo Parish public schools are consistently low rated, with many schools scoring a 2 or 3 out of 10. The verdict: Shreveport is a test of priorities. If you're chasing the lowest possible price tag, look north to Youngstown. But if you want a true southern urban experience with incredible food and music on a budget, and you can manage the real safety and school concerns, Shreveport presents a unique, complicated opportunity. Breaking into the top 5. Peoria, Illinois. The definition of solid Midwestern value. Population 110,000, stable and steady. Median home price $125,000. Incredible for a city with Fortune 500 companies. Property tax. Here's the trap: 2.8%. Illinois has brutal property taxes. That $125K house costs $3,500 a year in taxes alone. Unemployment, 4.5%, stable due to healthcare and agriculture. Crime rate, near the national average. Not a crisis, but not crime-free. School rating, a decent mix, with suburban schools scoring 7 to 8/10. The verdict: Peoria is the sensible choice. It's cheap to buy, expensive to own thanks to taxes, and blessedly boring. Perfect for families who want a slow pace and good schools without the coastal price tag. At number 4, the most infamous name on our list, Flint, Michigan. Population 80,000, down from nearly 200,000. Median home price $60,000. Let that number sink in. Property tax, roughly 3.2%. High taxes for a city with profound challenges. Unemployment, 6.0%, the highest on our list. The struggle is real. Crime rate, very high. Flint consistently ranks among America's most dangerous cities. School rating, the district is in recovery, but scores are very low. The verdict: Flint is the ultimate high-risk, high-reward gamble. You are betting on the city's long-term comeback. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for pioneers, investors, and believers. Taking the number 3 spot is Cumberland, Maryland. This isn't just a town, it's a gateway to an outdoor paradise where your biggest investment is in your quality of life. Population 19,000. A small, tight-knit community where everyone knows your name. Median home price, $110,000. This is your ticket to owning a piece of Appalachian history without a king's ransom. Property tax, a very reasonable 1.1%. Maryland has a progressive income tax, but property costs are low here. Unemployment, 4.0%. Surprisingly stable for a small town, with a mix of healthcare, small manufacturing, and tourism. Crime rate, below the national average. This is a safe, quiet community where you can feel comfortable letting your kids play outside. School rating. Allegheny County schools average around a 5.10. Not exceptional, but a world away from the struggles of urban districts. The verdict. Cumberland's appeal isn't about economic boom, it's about personal peace. The trade-off is isolation and a lack of big city amenities. If you thrive on quiet, outdoor adventure and a strong sense of community, this is arguably one of the best value propositions in the eastern U.S. If you need constant entertainment and a fast-paced career ladder, you'll feel trapped. At number 2, we have the ultimate real estate paradox, Gary, Indiana. This is the highest risk, highest potential play on our list. Population, 69,000, a fraction of its mid-century peak, leaving vast empty spaces. Median home price, $55,000. You are buying a structural shell for the price of a luxury vacation. Property tax, 2.2%. It feels high for the services provided, but it's still a low dollar amount. Unemployment, over 7%. The economic engine here stalled decades ago. Local jobs are scarce. Crime rate, extremely high. Gary consistently ranks as one of the most dangerous cities in America. This is the non-negotiable challenge. School rating. The school district is in crisis, with ratings at the very bottom nationally. The verdict. Gary is the definition of a gamble. The data is brutal, and the present-day reality is harsh. This is not a recommendation for a family. It's a case study in how location and price can tell two completely different stories. If you have the vision, the risk tolerance, and no need for local schools or services, Gary represents a unique, albeit terrifying, opportunity. And the number 1 town where home prices will make you question reality is Detroit, Michigan. The Motor City is where America's past and future are colliding, and you can buy a seat at the table for pocket change. Population, 630,000. A major American city that has lost over half its population, creating a market of extremes. Median home price, $70,000. This number is a mirage. It averages 70K condos downtown with 10K houses in blighted areas. You can truly find anything. Property tax, a punishing 3.2% for homeowners. That 70K house still carries a $2,200 plus annual tax bill, which can be a burden on low incomes. Unemployment, 6.5%, improving downtown but still desperate in many neighborhoods. Crime rate, very high but incredibly block by block. Your experience is entirely dependent on your specific address. School rating. Detroit public schools are among the nation's most challenged. This is the primary reason families with means leave. The verdict. Detroit is not a single story. It's a city of 1,000 different realities. The low price tag is a reflection of profound challenges, but also of generational opportunity. You are not moving to a finished product. You are investing in the potential of a phoenix rising from the ashes. If you need safety, stability, and good public schools, look elsewhere. But if you have a resilient spirit and want to be where history is being made, there is no place else in America like Detroit. So what's the bottom line? These towns prove that the dream of owning your own home is still alive and well in America. You just have to know where to look. The right place for you is out there, waiting to be discovered. If you're ready to stop dreaming and start doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're here to give you the honest data you need to make your move. Your future home is just one click away.